Thanks for staying up late. We have the New Mexico High School football experience for you the next half hour. The Clovis Wildcats at defending champion Rio Rancho is our game of the week. Jared will be up with that soon. But first, what is on the show? We'll tell you right now. Skylights, Bob Martin getting up in the air, getting highlights. High school greats of the past. Depending on time, we might not be able to bring you that. Albuquerque High Band is here, and we start Cibola v. Manzano. 2-2 Manzano facing a 3-1 Cibola at Lucinda Community Stadium. Guys fired up coming out, and how about Cibola quarterback Gannon Chavez? They call him Cannon Chavez. Why? Because he throws well, but this one, not good to Jace Torres of Manzano, and that would set up a touchdown pass from Manzano quarterback Orlando Perez to Dominic Costin for a touchdown, 7-0 Monarchs at that time. Cibola gets the ball again, and this time Gannon says, "This is why I'm the cannon." To Jacob Smith, 20-yard gain, and they're driving. Sets up Chavez to Marion Malave, that is, in the end zone for the touchdown. Ties the game at 7. Score at the half with 7 all. Final, Cibola in overtime, 27-20. Valley still winless and facing a 1-win La Cueva Bears team. And how about Michael Barboa having one of his best nights of the season, 51-yard touchdown. Barboa putting Valley on the board first. PAT was no good, made it 6-0 Vikings. Chris Campbell coming up next, and Chris trying to help out the Bears. Pass going to Grant Geisler for the catch. La Cueva's trying to get in business. Next, Campbell. Oh! Interception, and who is it to? Barboa. Not only can he run the football in the end zone, he can pick one off too. That would give Valley back the ball, and Barboa, short run up the middle, giving Valley a second touchdown of the night in the second quarter. Valley also attempting a 4th and goal, coming up inches short of a touchdown later. Then La Cueva ends up winning this ball, ended up losing this ball game by 3, 18-15. Valley Vikings in the upset. High school football scoreboard. Hope Christian, a winner over Bloomfield. West Las Vegas knocked off by Hatch. How about that? Piedra Vista still showing that they are the real up there. Hot Springs falling to NMMI, that game in overtime. As we told you at the top of the show, the defending champions of Class 6A football played host tonight, Rio Rancho and Clovis. Also our game of the week, Jared Chester is here with more on that. Jared.
Thanks, Van. The 3-1 Beast from the East, or the Clovis Wildcats, came to town to take on 2-2 Rio Rancho. But the Wildcats played without their fearless leader, Eric Ronouts, tonight, as he was suspended this week, as he reportedly did not shake hands after the game against Cleveland last week. With that said, let's get to the coach's keys to the game.
No, the kids are going to step it up. You know, he was there all week, and we're going to do his game plan, do just like we normally do. We're going to run the ball and get in the end zone and try to outscore them by the time the game's over.
Well, we got to neutralize their front. They're big up front. They're fast up front. They've got an athletic bunch as usual. They have a great running game, and we got to be able to stop their run and to kind of neutralize what they do all over the place. They're pretty athletic.
All right, let's get to the highlights. Rio Rancho amped up as this was their homecoming game tonight, but if anyone could be the spoiler, it was this Clovis Wildcat team. And early on, they were the spoilers. In the opening drive for the Rams, Stephen Bailey throws the pick to Kurt Kelly, and Kelly takes this one all the way back to the house for the touch, 56 yards on the play. And just like that, Wildcats take the lead. But this one was just back and forth the entire time. Next possession for the Rams, and Josh Foley caps the 80-yard drive with a 4-yard punch in, tying the game at 7 after the PAT. Fans loving it, but not for long. As I introduce to you, ladies and gentlemen, Clovis running back Micah Gray. This kid has some wheels as he breaks to the outside, and you ain't catching him. 80 yards to the house. That puts the Wildcats up again in the first quarter, 14-7 after the PAT. Same score to the second now, though. Rams in the red zone, and Bailey scrambles to his left, locks in, and unloads the ball to Brian Drake in the end zone. Yep, we are tied yet again at 14 after the point after. This was a crucial play in this game. It's late in the second, game still tied. Dalton Atley gets sacked. The ball is loose and had eyes as no one could get a handle on it. Eventually, the Rams would recover it, and that led to this. Foley on the give, and he takes this one easy for the touch. Rams lead now 21-14, but this Wildcat team wouldn't give up as long as they have my boy Micah Gray on the gridiron. Gray works his magic again as he breaks a barrage of tackles, turns on the jets, and like the Energizer Bunny, keeps going and going and going. 57 yards to the house, tying this game yet again at 21. But this one came down to a field goal in the fourth quarter as the Rams go on to win this battle, getting the 37-34 victory, bettering their record to 3-2 on the year.
Well, we're moving the ball really good on offense. We're moving the ball up and down the field, but defensively, we're giving up big plays, and we got to stop the big plays.
That'll do it for Game of the Week. Let's pass the pick skip back over to Van Tate now, who still has more from 6A. Van.
Yeah, Jared, team with mascots capable of flight meeting in Roswell. Goddard Rockets and Hobbs Eagles, both with identical 2-2 records to start the night. Starting the third quarter, Eagles up 25-0. And the Rockets looking to try to get something going. Cameron Stevenson launching this one to Diego Miranda, and he's taken down by Zach Reber. Thought he was getting to the end zone, didn't he? That gets the Rockets close, and they do it. They get into the end zone right here. Handoff to Lucas Gutierrez, who runs it in for the score. Hobbs now leading 25-7. But they have the ball, and that means more Hobbs Eagle production. Isaac Amaya throwing it down the field. Case and Clay in the end zone, just like that. Eagles up 32-7. They look like a machine. Goddard control of the ball now. Kobe Ramage with the ball, throws it to Stevenson, who runs in for the touchdown. This one going back and forth. 32-14, Eagles would lead it. Eagles with the ball back, and this time it's going to be Clay doing something. Stepping back, throwing it to Ethan Strickland, who catches it in the end zone. They just made it look easy. Just coming back and down the field, back and forth. Hobbs going to win this one, 46-14. Undefeated Centennial playing 3-1 Las Cruces. Biggest test of the year for Centennial. Las Cruces is also a state title contender, and Cameron Miller proving that. Gone to the house, running like the class bullies chasing them. 13-zip Cruces. Later, 13-7, but Miller hooking up with Vincent Dalgadillo to make it 20-7. Bulldogs are rolling, but Centennial would not take this laying down. Ensuing kickoff, Junior Pena. And you know when your name is Junior, something big's about to go down. Pena weaving, threading, breaking away. 97-yard kickoff return, and it would make it 20-14 Cruces. Centennial still down after another Cruces touchdown. Keith Hassel somersaulting in for the score, makes it 27-21 Centennial. They win the game 42-35. Berlin Eagles still looking for their first win of the season and facing 3-2 Roswell. Roswell leading 21-0 in the third. And quarterback Dominic Anaya going up the middle for the score, 28-0. Then the Eagles would try to start their comeback. On 4th and short, Eagles quarterback Wisniewski hands off to Aiden Contreras, who was brought down by the tail of his jersey. Same drive, Wisniewski hands off to Gunnar Robinson. He's so quick and fakes out the cameraman, 28-6.
Get it, put a little split, you can get out.
Eagles finally on the board. More Eagles then. Contreras, the ball, and he won't be denied. 28-12. Eagles trying to come back. However, Coyotes hold on to win tonight. 35-18 is the final. Undefeated Artesia at Carlsbad. Oh! Bad snap on the punt. The Artesia punter trying to kick it out of bounds. Should have laid on it. Because Gennaro Flores is there to say, I got this. Touchdown for the Cavemen. But here comes Artesia on the drive. Justin Houdeling to Cayman Elson. And that keeps the drive going. Then it would be the direct snap. Isaiah Weideman taking the honors, moving the football, keeping the chains moving. At that point, Carlsbad had seen enough. Serving up the sack lunch on Houdeling as he's looking downfield. Nope, first the dump pass. Doesn't matter because Artesia wins the game tonight, 31-13 over Carlsbad. It's been a very productive season for the Alamogordo Tigers. The Tigers undefeated on the road at Gadsden tonight. Final score, they stay undefeated. Rolling Gadsden 64-13. Time for us to step aside for a moment. More Football Friday is on the way. Bob Martin and John Rosas are getting big air. Highlights from the sky. And the house band in the building, hanging out with the Albuquerque High Bulldogs when we come back. First, check out our cheerleaders of the week.